Liverpool versus Arsenal, third game in of the season at Anfield. Beautiful. There's a few things that I want to talk about, that I want to go through before I dive into how I think the game is going to go and my personal prediction. But before I get into that, I want to know what you think about the game. So in the comment section below, I want you ahead of time, don't do this after the game, type in what you think the score will be, number one, who you think the goal scorers would be for both teams if you think both teams are going to score, and the first minute of the first goal. Sorry, the minute of the first goal, if you think the first goal is going to be scored in the 30th minute or the 40th minute. If someone manages to get all three of those things right, they might be in for a cheeky little prize. Right, let's dive into some things that we need to talk about with Liverpool versus Arsenal. So, lovely foot mob that we are going to be using for a little bit of stats. If you're not using this is by far the best app that I've got on my phone in terms of football. And I love the website as well. Shame it's got ads, but there we go. So, the big thing here that I'm looking at with Liverpool, I really feel that we've missed the presence of Gravenberch and McAllister together. They didn't play together. We had McAllister. We didn't have Gravenberch against Bournemouth. Against Newcastle, we had Gravenberch. We didn't have McAllister. I just feel that they complement each other so well. And it's a part of the problem where we're not getting a foothold in games. So I know that McAllister's a bit doubtful. He has been seen, in the training ground, at AXA training ground. I think personally, there's a good chance he will play. One game before the international break, I think he probably should play. If it was me personally, I would definitely go with Szoboszlai right back. I'd go Gravenberch and McAllister if he's fit in the holding roles, and I'd go Wirtz in the cam. If McAllister isn't fit, then I would put Szoboszlai into, the holding role and then get Conor Bradley in. But that would be the only two real kind of like areas of contention, who plays depending on McAllister. But if we look over Arsenal, Ben White, okay, injured, but it's Saka, Norgard's out, Havertz is out. Martin Odegaard, we'll have to see. I think there might be a little bit of a sneaky bit of chance that Martin Odegaard does actually start. But he, again, is another little bit of contention, whether he will start or won't start. Does that mean that Eze will get a debut? That's a bit brave. Madueke is certainly going to start for them. I mean, how did they line up against, in their previous game, exactly on the wing? If we go down against Leeds, I'm pretty sure it was Saka Madueke, wasn't it? If we have a look at the lineups, yeah, Madueke and Saka. So you probably imagine that Madueke will probably come to this right wing. Maybe is Trossard still there? I thought he went off, or maybe Nwaneri will come in. What they'll do about Odegaard, I do think it's probably a good time for them just to throw Eze in. He has been playing games. He has started for Palace earlier on in the season, certainly against Chelsea. So he is match fit. So that would be an interesting area to talk about. Now, there is something, and I did a little video on this. It's really hard. On this channel, I am going to be doing kind of like analysis of the games afterwards, but not the whole game, just picking up on something that I think is really key. And in the game against Newcastle, that midfield battle was key. Obviously, up against Bruno G, Tonali, Joelinton, it's going to be really tough. Our midfield struggles at the best of times, let alone when you've got, a new player, Florian Wirtz, playing in that cam role. Really tricky. And you've got Curtis Jones. Now, the difference is, and why I'm a little bit hopeful here about this week, is the role of Zubimendi. So I just want to go back again. So Zubimendi is not your Joelinton. He's not your Tonali. He's not your Bruno G. He's not aggressive. He's not going to be pressing up against Wirtz. Against Bournemouth, again, I think they're one of the highest stats teams in terms of pressing and the amount of kilometres it covered and stuff like that. So two really hard games for Wirtz to kind of like establish himself, and you can see that he's struggling a little bit about the pace of the game in comparison to the Bundesliga. Well, we know what Rice is going to be. He's more like an 8, isn't he? He's going to be supporting attacks, especially with Odegaard not there. He's definitely going to be pushing higher up when possible. This allows Wirtz to be up against Zubimendi, and this is where I think if there's ever going to be that moment where Wirtz announces himself to the Premier League, I think this is an absolutely brilliant time to do that, because he has got an opportunity now to pick up those balls in spaces and not be instantly pressed like he was against Bournemouth and like he was against Newcastle. That's going to be absolutely key, because this back four, and Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba and Timber is almost certainly going to be the back four, are incredibly solid. I know that Timber scored 2 goals against Leeds, both set pieces. But in terms of actual general play, I think we've got enough in the fullback position with our midfield to nullify what they can do going forward. But it's breaking them down that's going to be the tough point. And I feel like Wirtz up against Zubimendi is going to be key. Again, if we can get Salah linking up, absolutely key. I'm really excited to see how Ekitike plays. I think he'll position himself against Saliba. He's less physical than Gabriel. And after seeing him against Cher and after seeing him against Dan Burn, I'm really excited about how he is going to establish himself as well. Burst onto the scene like he has done. And I'm really hoping he has another absolutely fantastic game. But the way that the two teams set up is going to be the absolute catalyst in which way this game goes. Now, I know that there may be some pessimistic fans out there because Liverpool haven't beaten Arsenal in the last 3 years, but this gives me hope. And I know this might sound crazy, but being 2 goals up against Bournemouth and throwing it away almost and still getting a win, being 2 goals up against 10 men Newcastle and almost throwing it away, Liverpool have already, and the squad have already overcome some really sticky situations. What sticky situations has this Arsenal squad overcome? They had a fairly routine win against Man United. I know there was some optimism about that Man United game. I looked at Man United team and I thought they were poor. I didn't buy the hype of how that game went and how United played. I wasn't impressed with them at all. I just think Arsenal were poor. And what challenges did they have against Leeds? I mean, I watched that game and I thought up until they scored the second goal, I thought Arsenal were bang average. I'm not going to lie to you. And this is where I really feel that if Liverpool play how I know that they can play, I feel that a win is definitely something that we should be aiming for, a draw minimum. I don't think we should be allowing Arsenal to come to Anfield and get a win. I think it's a really important time because a win here sends a statement. And like I said, looking at this team here, I think it's really crucial we get McAllister in. If he's not, then we need to get Szoboszlai. I have a sneaky feeling he'll start the same 11. I feel that the team that we're looking at against Newcastle here will start again. Whether I agree or don't disagree, I still think Curtis Jones, he's better when he's further up the pitch. I feel the amount of touches he takes in midfield, I feel like a part of the reason why we were suffocated by Newcastle was we couldn't break through the midfield with Gravenberch and Jones. McAllister's so key there. So that'll be interesting. I have a sneaky feeling that if McAllister doesn't play, he'll start at the same team. I don't think he'll tinker too much. Szoboszlai had a really good game at fullback against Newcastle. I know he's got 6.4 there. I'm not sure about that. I thought he had a really good game. And Kerkez, I know there's a little bit of doubt about Kerkez. I just feel like he's setting in. I think people blowing things out of proportion. If Kerkez plays, I think he should play over Andy Robertson. I know that Robertson's just been announced as vice captain, which is absolutely brilliant, but I do think that Kerkez should play. Now, over to my personal prediction. I think it's going to be a bit cagey. I think Liverpool will score, and I think we've got firepower too. I think Ekitike will cause problems. Salah loves playing against Arsenal. Gakpo's been on fire, and he just doesn't get credit, this guy. He is a bit frustrating when he always cuts in and does that kind of whipped back post cross shot. We'd like to see him go more on his left foot and just be a little bit more unpredictable. But I think we've got enough here. I think we'll score 2. I think we will concede. I just think the nature of our defence at the moment, it's not, we haven't got that Gravenberch McAllister solid base in front of the back 4. Konate again, I think he'll be up for this. I think they'll be up for it, and I think Van Dijk will be absolutely fine against Gyökeres. But I think Liverpool will concede just to the nature of the emotion of the game, and Arsenal obviously are living off just a 5-0 win, so they're going to be confident. Set pieces are always scary, and you can imagine Arsenal have been absolutely practicing those in the training ground. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. I'm going to go Ekitike goal, and I think Cody Gakpo will score as well. Don't care about Arsenal. I'm not even concerned about who scored. I'd probably be like Timber or Gabriel, who scores from a set piece, probably from a corner. I hope that Liverpool win. I really think we will actually walk away with a 2-1 win. Again, let me know in the comment section what you think about the game. I'm excited for it. Let me know how you're feeling about that as well. And we'll have a follow-up video after the game, breaking down and having a bit of a chat about it. Let me know if you want kind of like that live stream. Let me know what you think about the content. I'm trying to do things a little bit differently. I'm not trying to do anything for clicks, anything sensational. I'm just trying to talk about my opinion, but I want you to get involved. In the post-match, I will absolutely be putting comments and responding to things that you've said in the video. So if I don't comment, as a reply in the comments, it's because I'm using your comment in the video. So it'll be great for lots of you to get involved in that. Let me know what you think about a live stream and kind of doing watch alongs if you like that sort of thing. Again, it's not going to be sensationalism. It's not going to be there to farm clips for TikTok. It's just going to be me talking like I'm now and getting you involved as well, and hopefully get some of you talking through Discord as well, so we can have a chat during the game. So I am a brand new channel, hopefully to bring some more Liverpool content. So leave a like and sub if you are new and you want someone to follow that's all to do with Liverpool FC, a normal guy. And hopefully I see you again after we've picked up 3 points at the beautiful Anfield. Take care, lads. Take care.